So last week, after a clip of someone creating a song using artificial intelligence to sound like Kendrick Lamar surfaced, Grammy Award-winning producer Young Guru voiced his concern for the future of music and hip hop. Sticks, what's your thoughts on this AI wave that we're currently in and the state of hip hop and music
Man,
through it?
AI is getting crazy, bro. AI is getting crazy because if you can have a computer program to make you sound like anybody in the world, or you can have a computer program that can draw, you can just give it an idea and it can draw anything in the world. Like, not to mention all the different AI innovations that are coming through with e-commerce and banking and healthcare and transportation, self-driving cars. Like my concern is,
Mhm.
where is the human race going to be in the next like 50 to 60 years, bro? Because it's like, if we got robots doing everything for us, what the hell we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? How
Right.
we gonna make our money? How we, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to live and be able to prosper as well as the race itself. But if you replacing us with all these robots and these AIs, where's the place gonna be for me? Like, for
Right.
us, for me and D-Lo, we got to be able to do our podcast, bro. I can't have no robot sitting in this seat doing a podcast for me. I
Yeah.
can't have him
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's interesting because technology is evolving, is ever
Yep.
evolving. So it's like it's one of those things that we can't stop happening, but we have to have some. Hopefully, we will have some kind of what's the word I'm looking for, and not necessarily an end game because it's never going to stop. But we have to figure out a barrier between us and the AI
Mm.
to be
Hmm.
able to keep the human race moving forward, but also have the AI and the technology help us move forward and help
Yeah.
us do better things. But it seemed like they trying to it seemed like robots gonna take over soon, bro. I don't know what you think.
So, I mean, in regards to what Young Guru said with the post that with the post, um, I tend to agree. I tend to agree with you as well. We have to figure out some type of barrier or some type of. I'm just gonna say it. You said it's not gonna be an end game. We will continue to evolve the technology. We as a society, we as a human race will continue to evolve with technology
Yeah,
because we got to remember we created the technology. The technology did not create us.
100.
So
Percent
we have to figure out where the stopping point is going to be.
hmm
And so once we figure out where that stopping point is going to be, what and where too far is, then we will better understand how the two, humans and technology, artificial intelligence, will be able to intermingle with each other. Because
Coincide
right
with each
now,
other.
that's what the scary part is. The scary
Hmm
part is we don't know, as you just mentioned, we don't know what role we will play. Once all of this is fully implemented, will we be able to ourselves, with our physical body or our physical mind, be able to work and make money for a living, or will we be uh, replaced by all this technology and everybody gonna be living on the street or in the wilderness? So I
The
feel like
wilderness is crazy.
I'm just saying that's
No,
what
it's
it
just
is, right?
facts,
Yeah, yeah,
facts,
yeah, yeah.
man.
But so I tend to agree with the one of the lines that Young Guru said in his post
hmm
was, it's not the technology, it's the evil that men do with the technology. That really
One
grabbed my
hundred
attention
percent.
because if right now we're discussing this topic because it's dealing with entertainment, it's
Hmm
dealing with music, it's dealing with
hmm
Kendrick Lamar
hmm
and his voice being used by somebody that does not look like him, does not sound like him, and probably does not have the talent. I know does not have the talent that he has to create music, but
hmm
because he has an artificial intelligent robot or software piece of software that can make him sound like Kendrick, it's made news. But it's much bigger than that. And I know we don't really talk about politics, but for me, it's very worrisome because if somebody can do that using a rapper's voice or a singer's voice, what's to stop the evil from using one of our political leaders' voice to either learn country secrets? Not, I mean, when I say our, I don't mean just America. I mean every country in the world.
hmm
Get other country secrets to create unnecessary tension and to
Mm-hmm.
also create additional unnecessary wars. What's to stop that? So, I mean, money and power are one of the biggest drivers that we have
100%.
in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and people pursue that, and that's how people pursue. That's what people push for in life. They push for money and power, and
Mm-hmm.
so if they're not able to get it legally, some individuals will try to get it illegally,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where all of the negative comes from. And to me, that's the scary part. Like right now, it's like it's worrisome that we might not have a job, and it's worrisome that some of our favorite artists might not be able to create music anymore that we really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But to go deeper, it's much deeper than just
It's
music.
deeper than rap.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
deeper than rap.
it's deeper than rap. 100%. It's deeper than rap right now.
Yeah, it is. Because it's like if the people who are watching this video right now, if you haven't heard the song that Young Guru made to sound literally sounded just like
That
Kendrick.
wasn't Young Guru though.
Oh,
I
the
don't know
video
who
you
that
sent me?
dude was.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, it
Okay, got you.
wasn't. I don't know who
But
that dude was. Young Guru has worked with Jay Z on multiple albums. Like he's basically Jay Z's go to guy, other
go to God, I got you.
than Kanye and well, not Kanye anymore, but Kanye and Just Blaze.
Just Blaze. So,
Yeah,
but D'Lo sent me the
it's him.
video earlier in the week, and I was amazed, bro, because it was like some, it's just a normal white guy who's a streamer
Yep.
on Twitch, or he's a streamer. He just does social media, and he does content. He's a content creator, and he plugged Kendra's voice in this software, and he's talking through the mic, sounding just like Kendrick Lamar. He wrote down some lyrics and rapped them, and it literally sounded like Kendrick Lamar was singing this song. I saw some when I was doing my research. I saw something else where another streamer was streaming on Twitch, and he had an AI generated software on his computer, and he was not looking at the screen, but his eyes were on the camera. And I
Yeah.
was like, "This is." It's like, bro, like you, you can be doing something. You can be on your phone in a meeting on Zoom or something like that, and you can be on your phone, but it looks like you're looking at the camera,
And
and
I mean, this stuff is really
it's
trivial,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, it really is.
It's real simplistic things, but that's the scary thing
But
about
the
it.
but the grand scheme of things, it's so much larger than that.
It's
Because,
so much larger than that.
like you said,
It's so much that we
somebody can
don't
use
know.
Joe Biden's voice to, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, like, or
And
Barack
we've seen
Obama,
that.
or a senator, or so, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, bro, like, and we have seen that because it was a computer generated Biden thing that I saw online as well. And it's
Yeah,
like, yo, like all this AI technology is going crazy right now, bro.
yeah. So I mean, it's just that portion of it is worrisome. That portion of it is scary. The possibilities of political leaders or people that we've chosen in every country to represent us battling it out and it really not being a battle. An example of this would be Dave Chappelle with his quote unquote beef with Cat Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So is the story is Dave Chappelle was on Twitter and he was browsing through Twitter and Cat Williams said something to him that was out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Come to find out down the line when Dave Chappelle actually got to see Cat Williams in person, Cat was acting as if nothing was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and come to find out, Cat Williams didn't even have a Twitter handle. He was
Mm-hmm.
talking to somebody fake, and
Right.
so I use that as an example because that's the same thing that could potentially happen with our political leaders. Is that we can have a war going on or some tension caused by somebody that is
Some
not who
random.
it is,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, that's what you want to do, and then you go to talk with a person or you see them in person, it's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Right.
Or worse, a bomb is coming, coming, a missile
Facts.
coming over. It's just crazy,
Exactly.
man. But that's the scary side of it. The
Yeah.
good thing that could come from this is that it pushes the envelope with what type of things that can be done in not just music but all areas of life.
Yeah.
The the purpose, the initial thought and purpose for artificial intelligence is to help us to do the tedious processes of life.
Mm-hmm.
You're in sales. Instead of you having to dial every number that you call, artificial intelligence is supposed to say, "Oh, this is the person you want to call. Here, I've dialed the number for you. They're on the call." You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Or leave your message. Or okay, you want to create an email. This is the email that you want to create.
Mm-hmm.
Send it off. Make sure
Right.
proofread it. Make sure it's good. Send it off. Or as you said, art. You want to draw something. Well, here's a template to start with. Finish the rest.
Right.
Stuff like that. And I mean, again, it gets way deeper than that. These are just
Right.
little surface level applications of artificial intelligence that I'm talking about. So that's a great thing about it, is that it'll help us to do those little tedious processes of life. The
Mm-hmm.
bad thing with that is though that it can displace jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what and that's ultimately where the worry comes down
The
the
where it
road
comes
is
from.
where
So
do we go from here?
where do we go from here? And so my question is, okay, just to get back into the entertainment and the rap segment, the reason why we're doing this is because of the Kendrick Lamar thing. Do
Yep.
you think rappers will use AI to create their albums for them using their creative voices and that sound that just like them, which in
Hmm.
theory will make music production more faster because all they have to do is write or type the lyrics in and the AI just go ahead and spit it out for
Hmm.
them. Do you think that's what more rappers are gonna? Do you think in the future more rappers are gonna go towards that? Because I know we were talking about Drake last week and him retiring, and we also brought
Hmm.
this up as well, where Drake could
Yep.
possibly just let the AI generate it. If they can generate a voice that sounds just like Drake, all you gotta do is write the lyrics, type them in, give the AI the kind of feel of the music that he wants to produce, it could probably just do it for him. And he can just put out
Hmm.
albums every 2-3 years, like we said, this semi-retirement that he probably gonna do, and just let
Hmm.
the AI do it for him. Do you foresee more rappers doing that? Possibly.
Yeah. So initially, no, I don't think so. But all it's going to take is for one or two to do it, and then it catch on, or not even catch on. It like the whatever they create goes ultra viral, gets them a lot of money or something like that, and then yeah, everybody else will do it. This that will remind me of iRobot. So remember in iRobot, the car was self-driving car, but it was going at ultra fast speed.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were to do it manually, you were seen as crazy. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it will come a point in time across all areas of life, not just music. I'm sorry to get off music, but this is
No, you
how we
good.
tie everything in.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, to answer your question, yes, I think everybody will do it. But how it ties in is I think it will come a time where everything we do will be artificially done. Like we won't have any. We'll be there to make sure everything's in line, but
Mm-hmm.
we won't actually physically do anything. Um,
That's crazy to think about.
right, exactly. But it will come a time to where it's widely adopted that the machines do everything,
Mm-hmm.
and if you decide to do it manually, you're going to be the crazy one. Right now,
For
it's
sure.
the flip. It's pretty much the flip. Like it's cool to try it here and there, but for the most part, nah, I want to do it myself. Let me
Mm-hmm.
let me have the machine help me a little bit, but I want to be the person to finish it.
For
Um,
sure.
and so I think it won't take off initially, but it will take one or two persons to get successful with it, and then everybody's going to do it because it's going to be easy. Then you just like, oh, let me just write something, feed it to the machine, they do everything else.
But
Do
it's
you
like
think it actually sounded like? I mean, do you think
I
it
think
actually
it was.
100% sound like Kendrick?
I wouldn't say 100%, but it was scary close, bro. It was
Yeah.
scary close to sounding just like Kendrick. And that's why I asked the question, because not only just the music, but the holograms out here, bro. The concert's going to not be exist no more because you can just watch a hologram on TV from your couch and you can see Drake, an AI generated hologram of Drake and an AI generated song of Drake.
Yep.
You sit here watching not Drake perform this song, you hearing his lyrics the way he wrote down, but you hearing the computer perform and sing his songs. And that is
Yeah.
crazy to think about to me.
See,
You know
I
what I'm
think a
saying?
little differently though. I mean, not what you just said. I'm in agreement with what you just said. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the future of entertainment across the board is going to be, no longer are we going to go to arenas to watch entertainment, basketball, anything. It's going
Mhm.
to be, we're go- we're going to be sitting on our couch watching a hologram or having some type of VR goggles, glasses,
Mhm.
watching the sports. As the NBA released a couple weeks ago, I had this idea too, Sticks, and I did not capitalize on it, but it had
Crazy.
the VR goggles to where you can sit front row at a game that's
Mhm.
actually going on, and with the VR goggles in your own home, be sitting front row at Madison Square Garden, watch the Knicks play the Lakers, whatever the case may be. But I don't think it sounded like Kendrick, but you could definitely, for me, tell it was AI
AI
generated.
generated. Yeah.
It sounded a bit body,
Yeah.
um, like the Whitney Houston one I sent you last
Yeah.
week. Like you could,
Mhm.
it sounded like Whitney, but or yeah, it sounded like Whitney,
Yeah, Whitney.
but
It was
you
Whitney.
could
Yeah.
tell like in spots it was AI generated or like
Mhm.
a bot did that. It had
Yeah.
that computer sound to it.
Mhm.
So, and again, this is just the surface, right? This we're just scratching the surface of this type of technology. So, like I said last week, with a couple of tweaks, it's going to be scary how close it is and how spot on it is. But I
Yeah.
think there are pockets where you can be like, okay, yeah, that's a computer doing that. That's not really Whitney. Now, to the uninitiated, those that don't really know, they'll be like, damn, that is Kendrick.
Mhm.
But you got to really listen closely.
Yeah, yeah. It was just so scary close, man. But like you said, it's just technology and AI generation is so complex within itself that it could go into different avenues.
Yep,
But it's it's interesting to see. I'm interested to see where this actually goes because man, it's I think that a lot of artists will have fun with it. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Especially, the ones who are quote unquote retired, like your Jay-Z's of the world and people like that who haven't really put out albums in a while. Like they do features and this, that, the third. But I think he would capitalize off of some AI generated. Just sit in the crib, write the lyrics down, feed it in, and let it do its job. I think somebody
I
like
think
Jay-Z would be able
differently.
to do it. You think Jay-Z
I
would want
think
to do it himself?
I don't think those older generational rappers or entertainers will really get too involved with it, because you got to think most of the music and art movies that's out now
Mm-hmm.
come from the older, like it's either a remake or a sample or
Mm-hmm.
some of the sort from those individuals. So
Agreed.
their music already lives forever.
Mm-hmm.
But the newer generation, these one hit wonders that we've
Mm-hmm.
seen the last 5 years, uh, you know, in 5 years you're gonna be loving hip hop. Those
Yeah.
type of rappers,
Yeah.
they probably the ones that will endorse it and utilize it more because they don't have to do any work now. They'll just have
It's
to
crazy.
write whatever they want to and then say, here, see what it do.
And it's funny you say that because now you got me thinking it probably won't be the actual Drakes or the Jay-Z's, the people who actually have the Kendricks, the people who actually have the talent. It's probably gonna be a lot of content creators,
Hmm.
the people who ain't really who have entertainment value, who have some talent and who can entertain, but not
Yep.
really rapper kind of talent. And they're probably
Yeah.
going to be the ones to take advantage of it a little bit more. So I see what you're going with that. I can agree with that. I can agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. I
For
mean,
sure.
but we're definitely living in a time where technology is advancing tremendously. Um, I just am interested, like you, with how it will continue and how fast will it evolve, because
Hmm.
we're at a point now to where it's scary how fast it's evolving, because this last year we were
Man, I'm
not
telling you.
talking about AI too much, and now AI is taking over everything. So
Hmm.
only time will tell, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you've gotten this far, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content. And also, you can find us on all of your streaming platforms wherever you find your podcast.